Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. And listen, I wanted to bring you guys my EDC travel tech kit. It is short, sweet, to the point. But listen, if you have the type of person that always just keeps stuff thrown all over your bag, you need to check this kit out. This is my freaking tech kit. It's in your face in all its glory. This is the Bellroy Tech Kit. It's in the compact form factor. I got it in the bronze color. It comes in multiple colors, and I have this thing pretty packed down, but I love it. It everything I need to do if I'm going from kit to kit, if I want to keep this in my vehicle, this is the one and done solution that I'm able to bring with me. This thing feels like a nice canvas on the outside, and I can see why it costs 55 bucks. I mean, sometimes you can get it a little bit cheaper than that. Its big brother also costs $55, which doesn't make a ton of sense. You would imagine that you're buying the smaller one, you spend less money, you know, whatever the case may be. Let's bust into this thing real quick and just kind of show you how we have this thing packed out. Has a very good YKK zipper on this thing, and I kind of have it packed out pretty well, and it suits my needs exactly how I need it. So let's just talk about first thing we have here, just a microfiber cloth, generic microfiber cloth that I got on Amazon. I buy these in packs and bunches, and I just keep these so I can always wipe down my phones. It's important to me to not be smudge free from my phones, my sunglasses, all that type of stuff. All right, so next thing we have here in this front flap, we do have very, very subtle Bellroy branding. So it's not really in your face. It does kind of look like the OVO owl, but just very subtle branding. Here in the top pocket here, I keep the cords. The only thing I keep in this part is the charging cord for my 14-inch MacBook Pro. Next to that is the Logitech MX Anywhere 3 mouse. And this is a very slimline, small mouse. And I like the fact that you can pair this thing with multiple devices by just clicking this button on the back. So I have it paired to my MacBook Pro, my iPad mini. And so very small, very clicky. It has that infinite scroll reel, and listen, it charges with USB Type-C on the front there, which makes life a lot easier when you're charging things with the same cable. The only oddball I have in this entire bunch is my iPhone, which I'm required to carry for work. So very slim down, nothing else at the top of this kit. Makes it very easy for me to know when I'm carrying the right items. So starting from the farthest point here, I do have a Fisher's Space Pen. It's black, so that way, you know, I try to make everything one color, but if it's not, no big deal. So this is in black, very small, just in case I need it if I don't have a pen with me, which is super duper rare. Next to that, I only buy Thunderbolt 3 or recently Thunderbolt 4 cables. So this is a Thunderbolt 4 cable by Cable Matters. Why should you just buy Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4 cables? Well, as we're moving more into USB Type-C, when you pick up a cable, you want to know that it's powerful enough to charge any of your devices. Your phones can be charged by most any USB Type-C cable, but tablets, your computers, your laptops, Chromebooks, stuff like that needs more power. And if you pick up the wrong cable, it won't be able to deliver enough watts to your device. So I just tend to only buy Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4 cables, and I don't have to worry about that. Next to that, I do have this Anker 67 watt charger. This is the Anker 725, super slim line, super little charger by Anker. It just has 2 ports on it, and that's all I really need. It has the top USB-C port, and then the bottom has a USB-A port. So max power delivery is 67 watts, which is enough to charge my 14-inch MacBook Pro. Next to that, these are the headphones that are always in my tech kit. These are the Sony WXM4, that's what I'm calling them for short. Their name is incredibly long. These are God tier noise cancellation headphones. You get these things in there and they sit pretty flush to your ear. So they're not that bad, but you know, I still prefer to just sit stagnant. I don't really take these things on one-wheel rides or going on a walk or a run because they do flop all over the place. And I put a white silicone case on these things, but this also charges with USB Type-C charging on the back. So I can use the same Thunderbolt 4 cable, and I can also just use wireless charging with this thing. Here on the side I do keep a converter. This goes from USB Type-C to USB Type-A, just in case I need to convert something, plug something into my phone. And at the very top of the case here, we keep a field notes, so that way I can take notes. I usually do have my Hive journal with me. I normally use notes when I want to leave papers with somebody. Someone asks for my information, my email, my phone number, whatever. I can just write it in here, rip it out, and give it to them. Then I also have this Samsung T7 shield. This is a 2 terabyte. Why do I have the shield model? I have the regular T7 that here in my studio. I like the shield because this thing can take drops. It's water resistant up to 1 meter, about 3 feet underwater for about 30 minutes. So you can be submerged. And this thing is pretty resistant to shock and stuff like that. That's going to be good from when I am on the go, if I'm at a coffee shop or something like that. Now that the case is empty, you can basically see how functional this case is. They have a bigger one, but I think that once you start to get bigger than that, you can't really fit this in some of the slim places in my EDC bag, in multiple bags. I can put this now, I can put this in my actual sling bags, I can put this in my EDC bag, whatever the case may be. So super fantastic small kit. Hey, listen, comment down below. What do you put in your EDC tech kits? Do you just throw the stuff in your EDC bag and pray? Do you have it organized? Am I missing something? Do I need to add anything to this kit? Comment down below. Listen, if you like this video, check out this video. I'm sure you're going to like my entire EDC bag. Check it out. See if you get any other ideas. We'll speak soon.